All right, in this video I'm going over the generalization chart for Leonardo's horse. So some of the important information that we get during the Renaissance. People were going on voyages of discovery, inventing new things, and looking at old things in new ways. Okay, so what generalization can we make about that information? So it says, during the Renaissance, people were going on voyages of discovery, inventing new things, and looking at old things in new ways. So, in general, we could say everybody was asking questions. They were questioning things, questioning how governments were ran, questioning how they did things on a daily basis. Was there a better way? If there was, could I invent a new tool that would help me do something quicker or more efficiently? So this is a valid generalization. Or I should say is a valid generalization. Okay, important information. The horse was out of proportion. One of his rear legs, one of his rear legs was short. His eyes were not parallel. So what generalization can we, or what, is that a valid generalization that the horse was out of proportion? Yes, and they backed it up with the evidence. One of his rear legs was short, his eyes were not parallel, so that statement is a valid generalization. It's true, we could definitely agree with that. Okay, important information. Many people were anxious to see the horse, which had been planned for 500 years. Remember, Leonardo was only the first to start working on it. So the statement, a large crowd, so many people, a large crowd, would that be many people? Yeah, that's a fair generalization. Would you say all people? No, you wouldn't say all people if it said a large crowd. If it said a few people, would you say many people? No. If it said 5 people, you would still not use the word many. But many people could be a good generalization for a large crowd. So it is a valid generalization. So another example of generalizations, if I said we had 13 girls in our class and 17 boys in our class. A valid generalization would be we have more boys than girls, or we have about the same number of boys and girls. Well, we have about the same number. It's not exactly the same, but in general, we have about the same number would be a valid generalization. Okay, a generalization just means making a general statement about something. Okay, so another example would be, let's say you only missed one day of school all year. Well, a valid generalization would be you're here almost every day. An invalid generalization would be you're hardly ever here, because that's just simply not true. Only missing one day wouldn't constitute somebody saying that you're hardly ever at school. Okay, so that's all generalizations are. It's making a broad statement that is, for the most part, true, but maybe not exactly precise, but that's okay because you're only looking for a broad statement. If you want precise information, you can find that too, but oftentimes people will take information and generalize it, put it in shorter terms. Okay, for example, just like that attendance example. You don't always say, oh, you only missed 2 days of school or 1 day of school. You say, you're here almost every single day, and that's awesome. Okay, it's a generalization. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.